Hey everyone, this is Shakti from Around the Wicket, where we not only speak about the game, but we try to learn more about the humans behind our sport. And today our guest is possibly our youngest guest on Around the Wicket, Flynn Brien from Brisbane. Flynn basically took his life savings, invested into a product that had the goal of developing the game a little bit further. He's had challenges along the way as well, where some of his products have been stranded between Pakistan and Australia. His suppliers have let him down with due dates and whatnot. So, like all entrepreneurs, whether young or old, we all go through our challenges. Hopefully, we'll learn more about Flynn today, about Bradboy, about future goals, and how Bradboy is playing a part in helping cricket in Australia as well as globally. Flynn, thank you, mate. Thank you so much for joining me on Saturday morning.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Tell us about yourself.
At the moment, apart from Bradboy, I'm also studying a business course at the University of Queensland, which is really exciting. And I'm also working part-time at a bank as well. So I've got a bit going on my plate at the moment, but I'm enjoying every minute of it. And we'll see what I can do in the future about it. Yeah.
Like all Australians, we love our cricket. How was cricket, or how did cricket play a part growing up for you? You're only 18 years old, so you must be playing cricket still. Where did cricket come in your life path?
So as long as I can remember, really, as soon as I could walk, I'm sure my dad and my brother had me involved in some sort of backyard cricket activity. But I only started playing club cricket, I think it was about under 8s. Where I played for a club called Valley District Cricket Club, and I loved every minute of playing there. I loved going to trainings, and so yeah, I played until under 12s, where I transferred over to school cricket, and I played school cricket for 5 years. And under 12s as well is when I was lucky enough to play in some state championships, which was really exciting. And so I played in them. And then I was also lucky enough to play in the first 11 in my final years at BBC, Brisbane Boys College. And I was lucky enough to play against some really, really good cricket players. And I got to play with a lot of really good cricket players, which are now, some of them are currently trying for the state team and playing in state teams and looking to play for the Queensland Bulls. So it was really exciting to be a part of that sort of culture, yeah.
So where did this idea of Bradboy come about? I mean, it seems so simple, but very effective. So where did the inspiration come from?
Yeah, so I think I can't remember the first time that I'm sure everyone knows of Don Bradman's famous training technique with the stump and the golf ball. So I was about 15, I think. I'd previously seen it. But I think it was one week or one afternoon where my brother was trying to finish all his year 12 exams, and my dad was finishing late from work most nights. So every afternoon I would always be wanting to have a hit. And so I pretty much just thought of how the greatest of all time, and I remembered how the greatest of all time used to train with the stump and the golf ball. And so I did it myself. And I did that, and I also found a piece of chalk and started counting my runs and tying my runs. And I think it was around the time, so yeah, I was about 15, and I was being introduced to a lot of business subjects and economics at school. And I've also always had the inkling to want to earn money really quick and want to spend a lot of money. So the only reason I can spend money if I make a bit of money, yeah. So around that age, I was just wanting to spend a bit, but I didn't have it. And so my dad introduced me to being an entrepreneur and showing me how entrepreneurs work. And yeah, so I found out that they made a lot of money. So I felt like that's what I wanted to do with my life. And Bradboy wasn't the first idea that I came up with. Actually, I had a few other ideas before that, but Bradboy was really the one that I stuck with, and the one that I got down to working on. So yeah.
Excellent, man. And Bradboy doesn't just involve a stump and one ball. There's more to it. Can you tell us more about the kit itself?
Yeah, for sure. So the Bradboy kit, it's a totally portable training kit. So it allows all cricketers to play anywhere when they want, and it allows players to develop at their own pace. So in the kit you have the Bradboy batting stump, which is a cricket stump, but it has a shaved surface, so it's a flat side. So it has a flat side and a curved side. And as well in the kit you have 3 different size balls. So as you improve and get used to one ball and get confident with using one ball, you move down in sizes, and so you're always increasing and you're always developing as you improve. And so that's what I really like about it. It allows the batters to build up their confidence and build these fundamental batting skills that are essential for junior cricketers as well. And yeah, and also in the kit is another strip of artificial turf, which acts as sort of like a marker and a bit of a stance for the players. So it allows, if you want to reflect sort of a day 5 wicket, the turf comes in handy if you want to put a bit of stones or a bit of bark underneath. So there's all these little degrees of difficulty that improve or increase as you improve. Yeah.
When you were designing it, was it you yourself who designed all of it?
Yeah, so I did have other ideas with other little bats and things, but yeah, the initial idea I just kept developing on it and coming up with myself. Yeah.
And you touched a little bit about the objective of Bradboy. I guess what was your vision when you were creating this? Can you tell us more about that?
So yeah, obviously when I was playing with myself, I would always just enjoy just batting by myself, and it allows junior cricketers, if they don't have anyone around to bat with them or throw them some balls or to train with, it allows them to train by themselves and grow at their own pace. So I feel like it's really important for junior cricketers to always improve their skills, and a kit like this allows them to do it at home, it allows them to do it at school, and it allows them to just keep developing at their own pace and improving those fundamental batting skills. So
yeah.
Your hand-eye coordination, your reflexes, your concentration, and soft hand skills when batting. So
I was going to say, do you have the kit with you there? Can you show us?
These are actually, I should have brought a kit, but these are actually just spare stumps that I'm going to sell at the moment. Okay. So I really should have brought a kit. Yeah, sorry about that. I really should have bought one.
No, that's okay. No, whoever wants to look at it or are interested in it, you can probably tell us more details towards the end. Anyways, I was going to ask, has the kit been rolled out to grassroots level already? Like, have you presented them to clubs or organizations yet?
Yeah, so I went down to my junior club, Valleys, and I went down and had a session down there and talked to some boys about it, boys and girls about the kit. And that was a really good experience for me to go back to the club and show them how it's done. And yeah, I got a couple of sales from that, and it's been online and it's been shown through Valley's social media clubs and different cricket clubs around Brisbane. So that's really good exposure for me, and so it's been really good for people to jump online and buy one on my website. So.
And what's the reception been overall? It's not only limited to Queensland at the moment, right? I mean, anyone can buy it, but what's the reception been from people that have been using it?
It's been extremely positive. I've been really surprised, not surprised, but yeah, I have been surprised about just how positive everyone's been to me about it. So not only the kids that have messaged me through my Instagram and saying thank you so much for making a tool that I can play with by myself, but also from older people who have wanted to help me and wanted to guide me through this process. So the reception's been really great, and I've had people like yourself coming from Sydney and other people from Victoria and that to try and get in contact with me and really want to help me out. So I'm really grateful for that. Yeah.
No worries, man. And you've had some big cricketers also endorsing it, like Chris Lynn. How is that feeling?
Yeah, so it was really good to have a chat with Lenny. He came down to the BBC cricket nets where we were taking a few drills for the junior teams, and so I approached Chris and I talked to him about my idea of Bradboy, and he really liked the idea. And obviously he's got his own business venture as well called Playbook.
Yep.
And so it was really good for him to speak to me about his business and give some really good insight onto how to run a business, and especially in the code of cricket and sport, on how to do things like that. So it was really, really encouraging, and I'm really thankful for Chris to have that chat with me and talk me through the different little things of business and cricket in particular.
Excellent, man. I was, at the start of the podcast, we talked a little bit about the obstacles that you sometimes faced, whether it's kid being stranded or, delays. What other obstacles did you face, through this process? You're a young boy, and how did you handle it?
Yeah, that's exactly right. The as you said before, that how the stumps didn't come in time, and that was a really stressful time for me because it was the first time I've ever been in it, being in business and dealing with these sort of things like suppliers. And yeah, that was the biggest obstacle to come across, was having that delay. And I was actually going away on a school trip, and that was right before Christmas. So I left it up to my parents to help me fill those orders. So I'm really thankful for them that they stuck with that through that. But also another obstacle I could say is probably myself. I probably have some little doubts in my head, but I always try and get them out of my head as soon as I can. It's sort of, in being an entrepreneur and being in business, is your biggest enemy can sort of be yourself. But I try and get that out of my head as soon as I can, and then so I can just keep pushing on and keep working what I'm really passionate about. So yeah, it's probably those two things.
Very well said, mate. Very well said. What's the future now for Bradboy? Where are you aiming to be at? In a few years' time.
Definitely, I'm definitely open to all these new ideas that I'm thinking of, and so every idea that I have, I'm writing it down, and the future is looking really, really exciting for Bradboy, especially in terms of junior cricket around Australia. I'm really looking forward to really dominate the market in Australia, and it's been really good because I've set up a little market in Brisbane all my sales. Mainly I've been in Brisbane, but now I'm starting to reach out to Sydney and to Victoria and a couple even in Western Australia. So once I do really well in the Australian market, internationally is where I want to go. So
awesome.
Over to cricket countries such as like England and India, I think would be the junior cricket programs over there. I'd really love to get involved and see what I can do with Bradboy over there.
Awesome, mate. And one final question before we end. What's one message you will say to any young entrepreneur that is coming up, since you've been through that path as well? You've mentioned one thing that is the most important part, that the biggest doubt that comes is from yourself, and how you have actually tried to overcome that doubt. Any other messages that you feel like is important for young entrepreneurs to become successful in the future?
Yeah, definitely. There's a few. So I feel especially for young entrepreneurs, you are so young, and people feel like they want to help out younger people, which is really encouraging. So people such as Linny, people such as yourself have approached me and really want to help me out with my journey. And so that's really encouraging. If you're young, if you have an idea, write it down, talk to as many people as you can about it, watch YouTube videos, read online, read news online, read as much as you can about business, about entrepreneurship, and really get into the swing of things and start to understand a lot. And as I said, yourself, myself is sometimes my biggest enemy, but also I can be my biggest supporter as well. So as a young entrepreneur, knowing what you want to do and knowing how you want to get there, and being supported as well by yourself. And that also helps by having a really close friendship group, a really close supportive family. So I'm really lucky to have both of them. And by being in a positive environment allows you to be focus more on yourself and push yourself more. So you get all those doubts out of your head about, this isn't going to work. I'm not going to make any money out of this. So by being your biggest supporter and not being afraid to ask for help, So I've said before that people have approached me to help, but I've also approached a lot of different people to ask for help. Some say no, not all of them say no, but a lot of people do say yes. So not being afraid to ask for people and not being afraid to talk to people, I think is really important for young entrepreneurs. And once you gain this momentum of talking to people and having a really positive mindset, keep that momentum going if you're starting a business is really important.
Yep. You touched upon being in a positive environment. I guess, that streamlines your focus and directs it into that one path. Whereas, if you start thinking about all the negative, issues or people around you, then it distracts you, away from your mission and your path as well. So thank you so much, mate. Can you tell us, where we can get Bradboy and, how much it costs at the moment so that, people can actually start loading up the orders for you?
Yeah, for sure. So you can jump on my website. It's www.bradboy.com.au, and the kit is retailing for $59.95 at the moment, and it's all free shipping around Australia wide. So get on board, please. It'd be great for all your support to visit my website and hopefully buy a kit. So yeah, I'm really grateful for this opportunity to be on Around the Wicket. And be sure to tune in to not only this episode, but all the other episodes.
Cheers, mate. Thank you so much for that. All the best for the future, and hopefully, Bradboy takes off like fire. One thing that I was inspired about is, someone so young has a vision, even though it's, it looks simple, but it's quite effective. And I hope that, you keep going and keep motivating others as well, especially at this time of isolation. Nothing comes in more handy than an indoor kit or an outdoor kit that you can use at home and that's portable. So thank you so much, mate. All the best. Stay safe, and hopefully we chat soon again.
Thank you so much.